Hey dudes, rhinoCRUNCH here, aka Uncle Rhino C in the house. How you doing, nephews? How you doing? Today I'm going to be bringing you something a little bit different here. I'm just basically going to showcase our epic base that we've built, our complex, our facility on an official Facepunch server, which is a huge accomplishment, I think, for all the resistance you encounter in Rust. I got a pretty big group of people that I play with that consist of people that stream with me, people that are just fans of the channel, old friends, new friends, all that good stuff. Get wrecked, horse. Hold on, they can't have these horses on my property. A light tour of the base, and then I'm just going to talk a little bit about Rust because it is turning into one of my favorite survival games of all time. The amount of consistent updates, the transparency with the developers as far as progress, and just everything in general that's coming to Rust is just incredible. As you can see, we have a massive complex. This was about a week build with about 10 people. We have automated systems in place that allow us to farm indefinitely without actually having to farm. At this point, the only thing we really need to go out and get is wood. And you can see we got a double wall here. We're right up against the mountain, which is kind of a bad spot because people can shoot down from the mountain. But at the same time, it gives us a little action. It keeps things interesting. So I'll just go ahead and show you the complex here. That's our original base right there that got raided, but they failed miserably because they didn't bring enough C4, which it's kind of hard to... I mean, in order for someone to wipe us, we really need like a full... someone would need a full, probably 25, 30 C4 per building. It's my buddy Urban's base. It's Dylan's base. He's still working on it. That's Kiki's base. That's what we call the Freedom Tower, boy. It's like a lookout tower for the complex. Make sure nobody's breaking in or stealing our quarry stuff. That's Matrix and Twice Nightlies. That's Shadowron's. This is Losky's tower right here, and that's Pew Cole's tower. Some of the towers are outside of the complex here, like that tower up top. That's Losky's lookout tower, and a lot of them are just buffer towers, just target practice for people to waste their rockets on, so that they don't actually get any of the loot that's inside the base, which we keep spread out amongst the bases. The base we're in right now is my base. It's called the Alamo, and it acts as like a last stand. Oh, that's Bodusky's base too, and this is his other base here. But we're in the Alamo right now, and we're actually up in the Bird's Nest, the highest point in the Alamo, and it acts as like a last stand point for raiders, so that when we are being attacked, we can take cover in this structure that I'm in. You can see here we have 2 oil pumps running, as well as 3 quarries, which they all produce different things. One quarry is high quality metal, and you can see all of the oil that comes from here goes straight into the oil refinery. And really the only thing we need is wood. I mean, these things run 24/7. This oil is refined into low-grade fuel, which is then put back into the oil pump, as well as the other 3 quarries. This is something they recently added to Rust that just, it adds more depth to the game. But you can see the complex is a bit ridiculous. We have pumpkins everywhere. We have, these quarries. That's the high-quality quarry. That's the sulfur quarry. And that's the stone and metal frags quarry. And that actually produces metal ore, metal frags, stone, and sulfur. So all 3 of these quarries combined produce every resource in the game that we need except for wood. Wood is the only thing that we don't have automated right now. But, a group of 10 guys, we did a little test run the other day, and it literally takes about 15 minutes of 7 people farming, and we can get, easily over 100,000 wood in 15 minutes of just wood farming, no messing around. You can see we got these rocks over here near the airstrip. I've put a couple towers up over there, but they seem to always be targets for rockets. People don't like me sniping the airfield because, well, it's it's kind of frustrating when you're trying to farm on the airfield and all you get is sniped all day. So they really like to take my towers out, but I plan on building more. So this is the Alamo. This is just basically a defense structure for the rest of the compound, and I'm gonna give you guys a tour. It's still a work in progress, but this base was like a huge accomplishment for us because we you know, all the stuff you face in Rust, everything, all the resistance, plus, you know, I built this whole base live on stream, so it was even more of a pain in the ass because we have stream snipers who, you know, just mindlessly run into our base. We've had hackers fly in here, and we just got to deal with all the crap that you have to deal with in Rust on top of all that other stuff. So this is a huge accomplishment. This is a really high populated server. It's a vanilla server. There's no mods. There's no like 10 times gather or anything like that. So it's just a huge accomplishment. This compound is epic, and this is one set of peak holes that you can shoot through, and this is a great design right here. I actually got the idea for the design from the Reddit. You can see here this I used metal on the inside so that there's no background frame of reference for people trying to fire back. If it was like a white background, it'd be a lot easier for people to shoot back. But having this darker background makes it a lot more difficult for people to return fire, just because they have no frame of reference from the silhouette of whoever's shooting at them. I also put these signs down. These signs are important for adding elevation on the peak holes. So I'm still working on it. I still have to make another, you know, whole set of signs to go all the way around. But for the most part, you can see here, the sign provides the extra elevation needed to, you just get a better line of sight. You can see here, you go up a little bit, and there is like a whole area. You get more area to see through, which is awesome. You can see here, I'll show you. This is like another, it's like a whole, I'd say probably a few inches, 4 or 5 inches up that you're able to shoot from because of the signs, which is awesome. And this is a great spot for defending or just taking pop shots at animals like I'm doing right now, even though I'm missing horribly. Hopefully they add an optic to the bolt, like an optical zoom. They keep changing the sights around, so it's kind of difficult to snipe right now, especially with the netcode and having players desync. It's still very possible to get some crazy shots, and I've got them before, but for the most part, the bolt is still really rudimentary. Rudimentary? Oh my god. You know what I'm trying to say, man. And it's still pretty hard to effectively snipe like you would in Arma 3 or any other game that has an optic on the bolt or a bolt action rifle. See, this is just kind of a buffer zone. I have a honeycomb here in place. You can see these, not on this layer, but below this it's actually a honeycomb layer that provides like kind of like a buffer zone or like a bumper zone, impact zone for rockets and anything like that. So there's a whole layer of walls in like kind of like a honeycomb fashion that separate from the main core. You can see here we have these spots right here that we can defend if we're being raided from the bottom. We're able to see them hitting the doors or see them trying to go up the stairs. And that's just to provide, you know, just some security for us, like right here, where we can shoot at them if they are below us, if they do breach the bottom floor. This base is definitely raidable, though. I mean, it's going to take a lot of C4 to get into it, but I call it the Alamo because this is like our final standpoint. If they hit this first, they're probably going to expend all of their weapons to get in here. I'm still working on it. I am going to add some chests eventually to the top of this and put some loot in here and armor the core completely. But you can see right now we're in the outer wall, and the signs are bugged right now, but these are different rooms. I got a little bit of desync here. These are different rooms, so this is my room right here. And the new beds that they added, they have a quicker respawn timer, so you don't have to wait 3 minutes. This is Bodusky's room. And this is Kiki's room, which we don't have the damn codes to because she likes to keep her shit locked. And so let's just keep going down the rabbit hole here. Let's see, we have windows here that provide also additional security for anyone that makes it up this high. We're still able to fire at them. And just isolation, that's the biggest thing in building bases, is you got to keep each section of the base isolated. So if they do break through at any given entry point, they are isolated from the rest of the base. I did make this symmetrical as well. The base is 100% symmetrical. And let's just go out here. This is the outer wall. This is like our, I think this is, can't see these right here. Yeah, this is where we have the research bench and the repair bench. And then we also have the furnaces on this floor. This is a troll door. There's nothing in there. So if they waste their C4, they're not getting through to anything. This is outside. If we need to leave, we need to bail and get down out of the base without them really noticing. There's like an escape door. And then here's our furnace room. I didn't go too crazy with the furnaces. You know, anything more than 8 furnaces you're not using, especially since they added the large furnace. And then I'm just going to keep going down the rabbit hole. It gets deeper and deeper. And then you can see another buffer zone that allows us to shoot at them from an elevated position while they try to attack. And this is going to be the base level floor, and this is where most of the doors are. You can see I still got to put code locks on some of these armored doors. It's not completely finished yet. And this is, we're still in the core technically, and then this is the outer layer right here where we have a whole row of wall that separates from the core structure of the base. And then this is another little loot room. I'm just going to go outside here. There's no way for them to get up. This is another position we can shoot from. There's no possible way for them to jump up unless they boost. And even then, they're only breaching 1 tower. There's actually 3 towers. This is another one. So there's 3 entrances or 2 entrances and 4 escape points. So, and they're all on different sides too. It's a pretty huge compound right there. That's going to take a lot of rockets just to reach the core. And even then, it's going to be hard for them to figure out where exactly we are. Multiple layers between the core and the outside. Multiple floors. And it's just basically one giant epic lookout tower to defend, like, main defend point for the base. This was an epic build. This was a lot of fun with all the people helping us. And, you know, that Alamo took hundreds of thousands of wood and hundreds of thousands of stone. And so that's all I really have for you guys. I hope you enjoy the video. More Rust videos are coming. Make sure to check links in the description. I'm going to post a link to a new attack helicopter that's coming out in Rust. If you guys haven't seen it, it was on the devblog. I'll post a link to that. And I can't wait to see this game grow, man. The Facepunch devs are so in touch with the community as far as what we want and what other people want, and it's just so cool to see such a well-developed survival game. If you guys remember my Legacy videos, it's just crazy how far this game has come. But I hope you enjoy, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace!